Jai Shri Ram. Jai Jai Shri Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sing them. We'll sing our regular bhajan here because this is the most prominent place it belongs to. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Hari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Loudly. Get used to it. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, बोलो श्रीमती राधारानी जन्मस्थान श्री रावल की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुषुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are at a very special place called Raval. This is the birthplace of appearance place of Srimati Radharani. And actually right now with the temple which you see, a kilometer away from there Yamuna is flowing. Baba says that he has seen Yamuna flowing right behind the temple. He has seen the Yamuna flowing right behind the temple, one of the floods. Little away, if you see in the Google map also you can see Yamuna is just right behind, little straight in this. And if you go up on the temple, there is right behind the altar, there is a pilu tree. You've seen that? Whenever our Baba Dinabandhu Prabhu brings here, he reads from Bhakti Ratnakar and quotes that how Srimati Radharani appeared in this place where Yamuna was overflowing and the pilu tree was there, and that's where Vishwabhanu got Srimati Radharani. He could see the lotus, that the golden lotus. So he says there's Shastik Praman and that tree is still there. And this current generation of worshippers, how many of you went up and saw the tree? Not everyone. Right behind, and the tree is still maintained. I'm seeing that tree 25 years now. In 2000 year I came for the first time. That time this forest was considered to be maintained because the so-called modern development would destroy the forests. So many places such forests are maintained because this forest also has a very all these trees in the Braj are very special. Right behind this temple right now, this beautiful deities here, Radha Krishna. Behind this temple, if there's a small pathway, you can see two trees, people tree and tamal tree. I think it's tamal tree, and they are embracing each other fully like this, fully embracing each other. Now slowly, when I came, that tree, the black tree, was also full with tree, full like this, green. But now it is said in Kali Yuga, everything is getting looped. From here also, those who are behind can see the tree, two trees embracing each other fully, tightly. When you go closer, you can see that darshan. Beautiful darshan. So this is the place where Srimati Radharani appeared. I'll speak something which I have been hearing from Baba from several years. So he says that you have to go lakhs of years back, he said, to understand the birth of Srimati Radharani. There was a great king, prince named Suchandra, and he had a wife named, anyone knows? Kalavati. He had a wife named Kalavati. And King Suchandra and Kalavati, they were very great devotees of Lord Vishnu. And both of them, they did a lot of penance and tapasya. A lot of penance and tapasya. And what was the reason for it? They wanted, because we know only tapasya in the material world to get something. Correct? Correct or not? To get some material only. That's why we have divided out the weekdays also. Saturday, Shani Bhagwan, Tuesday, Sai Baba. And a full divide kar diya, मांगने का भी. So our understanding is only limited to material gain, you know. All the weekdays of different demigods and going and praying and getting something out of them is the only understanding we have, unfortunately, left when it comes to penance and austerity. But when you read scriptures, then you understand the great rishis, Munis, they would leave the material world, an association of materialistic people, and go into the forest, and there they would do penance and austerity. For what? To uplift their consciousness spiritually. So, King Suchandra in Kalavati, they had a great desire to have Lakshmi Devi, the consort of Lord Vishnu, as their daughter. They had this desire. The Lakshmi Devi should become their daughter. And they were performing penance and austerity. Our austerity is generally a little limited. Every year it changes. Every week, once we get something, it shifts to something else. And we don't even know God is there or not. Because as soon as our desires are fulfilled, we forget. Ungratefulness is the conditioning in the material world. As soon as we get our desire fulfilled, we Forget. That's how material world things are. Once we get our thing, okay, bhul jao. Now next, when we need, again remember God. That's how we. And many of us, unfortunately, because of the atheistic science, we don't even know God is there. I know, as far as my understanding, when I grew up and I became a devotee, then I used to connect that why we would go to the temples. I understood there are two reasons people go to the temple. One is to get something. Second, out of fear that God is really there, He may take away what He gave already. All we have, जो है वो चला जाएगा, चलो उनको भी खुश रखते हैं अगर ये सही में है तो. So that's the second reason we understand people go to the temples. Correct? That's how we understand. I don't think so anything beyond. Nobody have heard any kathas, So they were performing penance and austerity to please Brahmaji, and Lord Brahma, he appeared. He appeared there, and he was very pleased with their penance. So he gave them darshan, and then he asked, "What do you want?" I'm very pleased. So they expressed that we want the concept of Lord Vishnu Lakshmi as our daughter. So Brahma was very pleased. He was so pleased that he knew very soon Krishna is going to appear and he's going to perform his pastimes. So Brahma said, forget about Lakshmi. You have done such sincere austerity that not Lakshmi, Maha Lakshmi is going to appear as your daughter, Srimati Radharani. Maha Lakshmi will come as your daughter. And then same Suchandra and Kalavati, later on, they took birth as King Vishabhanu and Kirtida. King Vishabhanu and Kirtida. Just like we hear, Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda were very old and they didn't have son, they didn't have a child. So all the Brajvasis, their hearts were very happy they were. They were very happily situated. But everyone's heart had one pain, that Nanda and Yashoda don't have a child. So, similarly, Vishabhanu and Kirtida, they had a son whose name is, anyone knows? Sridham. So they had a son, but they wanted a daughter. They wanted a daughter. And they had a great desire. Both of them were very sincerely praying for a daughter. And because this desire to have a daughter has a connection to previous life, it was very intense. It was very, very intense. Just like Mother Yashoda and Sanatana Goswami writes that Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, they were so sincere that any of the Devatas and Krishna's avatar would expand and take a birth as their child. But they just wanted the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, complete. Param Purushottam. They had that Shakti, any demigod would come and become. But they wanted only Supreme. Similarly, Kirtida and Vishabhanu, they were so sincerely playing. And one day, it is said that the place where Srimati Radharani grew up is Barsana. The place where she appeared in this world is Raval. Is here. So one day, Vishabhanu, it is said, Krishna's born on Janmashtami, and then after 1 year and 12 days, 15 days, sometime based on constellations, on the month of Bhadra, on the 8th day of month of Bhadra, Srimati Radharani appeared. So after Krishna's appearance of 1 year and 8 days, there was, all of you know what's August and September, right? It's flooded. It's everywhere flooded, correct? August and September. So this place was fully flooded, and Vishabhanu had come here. The Yamuna was flowing right behind this temple. Bhakti Baba says that this is the actual place because of the tree, because of the Yamuna's position and the place. It was flowing right behind this big flood. And when Vishabhanu came here, he saw in the middle of this flowing flood, Yamuna flowing like this, there was something very gold and shining. Then he tried his best to come closer, and then he saw it was a golden lotus. It was a golden lotus. Within that golden lotus, there was something more golden, shining, more bright. Tapta Kanchana,
Gauragi.
very shining. And he tried to go into the water, but it was so strong current that he came back. But he was just standing there continuously contemplating, seeing on this golden lotus. At that time, Brahmaji appeared there. And Vrishabhanu just paid obeisance. He was so happy to see Brahmaji. And Brahmaji knew that Vrishabhanu doesn't remember who was he in the previous life. But then Lord Brahma, he went and lifted Srimati Radharani. That golden, molten gold, soft like a butter, beautiful eyes, curly, dark hairs, dark eyes, full golden shining complexion. And he lifted that beautiful baby and gave it in the hand of Vrishabhanu. Srimati Radharani ki Jai. That's how she appeared. We should never say Krishna's ka birthday hai, Radharani ka birthday hai. No. Birthday is for conditioned souls who are forced to take birth. Forced to take birth in the material world and suffer. But the Supreme Lord is independent. Is transcendental. He appears. Srimati Radharani appeared. Now, when Vrishabhanu took this daughter, he was so happy to see the beautiful daughter. He just went running, holding Radharani on her chest. He just went running, did not even think about anything. It is said that his legs were not touching the earth. His only toes were touching like a spring. He was jumping and flying almost. And he reached immediately his palace and went immediately and closed the door, called Kirtida inside, and they put the daughter there. And they started looking at the daughter. Srimati Radharani, so beautiful, and they were just having tears in the eyes, looking at her. But after a while, Kirtida noticed, and she was a little surprised. Because they were calling out, I don't know if they were calling Lali, because Radharani is called Lali here in Vrindavan, and Krishna is called as Lala. Our Baba says it very well. I cannot say, hey Lali, hey Lala. And he deals with the local people also when he's small. Even Arjun, he says, Lala, idhar aao. So, they were just looking at it and they noticed that her eyes is closed. She's not opening her eyes at all. Just kept closed, complete. But around the eyes was beautiful. What we call this? Eyebrows. Mataji's do eyebrows. Beautiful eyebrows. And beautiful eyelids. Shining, closed, dark. But closed. Then they realized, Arey, it looks like she is blind. Our Baba says, now to understand in blindness, we have to leave Braja and go to Goloka Vrindavan. We have to go far away from this place and far behind to understand this blindness. So when Krishna's time, the constellation appeared that the Lord has to appear in the material world and perform his pastimes. So Krishna, he went very politely to Srimati Radharani. He said, hey Radhika, it's time for us to go and perform our Bhauma Vrindavan pastimes. Bhauma Vrindavan, there's Goloka Vrindavan. And when Radha and Krishna, they come here on this earth, it's called Bhauma Vrindavan. Radharani, immediately when she heard that she has to leave Goloka and she has to go, she said, no, I don't want to go here. Immediately, just by your words. He said, material world. She said, material world is a horrible place. Baba says, Radharani says, wahan mera man nahi lagta hai. Baba says, I cannot say like him, but he says, wahan mera man nahi lagta hai. There is no Govardhan there. There is no Yamuna there. There's no Vrindavan there. I don't want to go this horrible place where people are all greedy, selfish, cunning, fighting, quarreling, ready to kill each other for material assets. I don't want to go for this. People are living in stress. So Krishna then said, hey Radhika, just sit down, just peep. And if you peep, you see Giriraj is already gone, Yamuna is already gone, Vrindavan is already gone. And then Srimati Radharani said, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But still I will not go. And I have one condition to go. I said, what is that, Radhika? She said, I will not see anyone and anything in this horrible material world first except you. I will not see anything and anyone in this material world except you. So the deal was struck. And Krishna, as we know, Krishna appeared and Srimati Radharani appeared after that. So this is the reason, according to the Shastras, that Srimati Radharani's eyes were closed. Now, the famous personality of Srimad Bhagavatam, from Kanyakumari, Srirangam till Badrinath, and throughout the chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is only there. Who is that? Narada Muni. Narada Muni appeared, and Narada Muni has a full freedom to go anywhere. You know that, right? Yeah. We were in Badrinath. I was just doing some research to speak something in Badrinath. So, we actually, one thing is Badrinath is very high actually. I saw our GKD, GKD, Govind Krishna. I saw his video. I said, "Chalo, jayenge." Everything is 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers climbing, and with low oxygen. First day when I went, I said, "Chalo, I'll sing." I took the mic and started kirtan loudly, and I gave the direction. I said, "Khade rehna," I said, then climbing started, I was singing and breathing like this on the mic. Anyways, so Narada Muni, he appeared. He came to know. He came to know that he already knows Krishna's appeared, and he came to know Radharani has also appeared. He immediately came to the palace of Vrishabhanu, came running. When Vrishabhanu heard that Narada Muni has come, he went running to the gate, welcomed him, gave him his own asan, his own, what we call? Throne. His own throne. And he says, Virajiye Maharaj, Virajiye Muniraj. Viraji, Baba says like this. Virajiye Maharaj, Virajiye Muniraj, Baithiye, Baithiye. He makes him sit and performs arti, washes his feet and tells him, Maharaj, bataiye, kaise padare aap? And Narad Muni, without wasting the time, comes to the point. Baba says very nicely, he says that, do you have any issue? Did you recently had any issue? Actually now Baba is little bit, earlier Baba used to stand up also while speaking the pastime, no? He used to stand up and he used to practically act, speaking the pastime. So he said, did you have any issue? So Vrishabhanu said, yes, we have a boy. And Narad Muni gets very disappointed. Boy? He said, we have a boy. Baba tells him like that. Boy? Are you sure, boy? Well, yes, our boy. We know it's a boy. Are you sure it's a boy? He said, yes. Narad Muni is slowly getting disappointed. Are you still sure it's a boy? But it's a boy. He said, okay, get him. And Sridhama was called upon and Narad Muni gave him a lot of blessings. Vrishabhanu saw in the face of Narad Muni a little disappointment. And Narad Muni started walking off with heavy heart. By that time Vrishabhanu went running, Rukiye Maharaj, Rukiye. We also have one daughter. Oh, daughter! Immediately runs back, sits on the altar. Get the daughter. He said, but the problem is, the daughter is blind. So no problem, you bring her. And then Vrishabhanu brings Srimati Radharani and puts her in the laps of Narad Muni. Narad Muni, we cannot imagine, understand and experience the ecstasy which Narad Muni had when Srimati, Mahalakshmi Srimati Radharani was put in the laps of Narad Muni. Narad Muni just wanted to continue to look at her, but he saw Vrishabhanu and Kirtida sitting there, little depressed because the eyes are closed. So Narad Muni said, what to do? What to do? How do I have my own personal time with Srimati Radharani? So he says, oh, I got one idea. He said, if you want your daughters to open her eyes, I would suggest something, and if you do that, I assure she will get her eyesight. He says, you do one thing. Call up for a big bandara, a feast. We call it ISKCON feast. In Braj they call bandara. Call for a bandara. And Narad Muni's Baba says that Narad Muni gave such a big list for the feast that Kirtida and Vrishabhanu with all their servants had to run hither and thither to get the ingredients for the feast. They went with anxiety and they said, he also gave a timeline. Within this time you have to do this feast. And in the last he said, but make sure when you invite everyone, Nanda and Yashoda also come with Krishna. And then Vrishabhanu and Kirtida just went out with anxiety to prepare this feast. And now imagine what? Narad Muni is so intelligent. He has put everyone in anxiety. He is alone with Srimati Radharani. He is alone with Srimati Radharani. And he just puts Radharani right on that throne where he was sitting, and he just glorifies so many shlokas glorifying Srimati Radharani. And then he requests Srimati Radharani to give that beautiful darshan of hers, of 12 years of Kishori form, where she performs Rasa Leela with Krishna. To fulfill the desire of Narad Muni, Srimati Radharani does not only give darshan. This was the first darshan of Srimati Radharani in this world. Narad Muni got it. She did not only give him the darshan of herself, but all the Ashtasakis, they appeared with Srimati Radharani and they gave darshan to Narad Muni. Narad Muni, heart fully heavy. He just kept Radharani to hell with the fish. He just learnt away there from singing, and he was in total ecstasy. He just went singing and left the Braj, waiting for Radha and Krishna to perform their pastimes. As discussed and as suggested by Narad Muni, Vrishabhanu organized a big feast. And this is a very big reason Srila Prabhupada established this Krishna consciousness movement on the foundation of feast. On the foundation of feast. Because this is the best way to purify our senses, is to take prasadam. And it is the most easiest way to get the mercy of the Lord also. Because our endeavor, we cannot progress in our spiritual life by our endeavor. If we think we are chanting, we are number one fools. If we think we are able to chant, we are just trying to murmur some words which we are not realized of, but the words are so powerful, they are transcendental, and the mercy is there. But it is said that our endeavor, we don't know how many lifetimes we will take to get the mercy of the Lord, but if we can please Vaishnavas, if we get the kripa of the Vaishnavas, it goes 1000x. Understand? It goes 1000x. That's why if you lot of devotees in ISKCON, they become because of prasadam. They may get attracted for various reasons. But to stay in ISKCON, prasadam is one big tool. Correct or not?
Yes.
Everyone is smiling. See? Prasadam is one big tool to stay. So feast. And when you feed Vaishnavas, actually to see devotees is very difficult. What to speak about pleasing them. Pure, great, sincere Vaishnavas. But somehow or other, devotees, they don't have any material desires, or they actually endeavor to give up material desires. So what can please them? But if they eat nice prasadam is offered to Krishna, they are happy. And once they are happy, Krishna blesses. Simple. Devotees are happy, Krishna blesses. Simple. So, as suggested by Narad Muni, the big feast Vrishabhanu arranged. And Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda came. And little crawling Krishna also came with them. Beautiful little Krishna also came with them. Srimati Radharani was inside in the palanquin, and Nanda Yashoda, you know how men, Vishabhanu and Nanda Baba, they just went into discussion of business and various activities, and they moved aside. And Mother Yashoda and Kirtida, they were just discussing. When the Matajis sit together, when the Matajis sit together, they discuss. They have so many things to discuss. Men have very less thing. They see the time, अरे कब जाएगा, after 10-15 minutes discussion. Matajis have so much thing to talk. ये हो गया, मेरा ये हो गया, वैसे हो गया. अरे मेरा भी ऐसे था, नहीं मेरी भाव का. So much thing. मेरी फूफी, मेरी ताई, मेरी मौसी, मेरी दादी, मेरे घर में, मेरे so much thing. And some Mataji said, हमारे घर पे भी ऐसा ही होता है. हमारे वहाँ पर भी ऐसा ही होता है. So much thing to talk. So Kirtida and Yashoda Maya, they were very busy discussing. By the time Krishna slipped from the laps of Srimati Radharani, Srimati Yashoda Maya, and then slowly he crawled and went inside where Srimati Radharani was in the palanquin. Krishna, he very slowly went and holded the bottom part of the palanquin. The palanquin, swing, jhula. Huh? Huh? क्या बोला?
Cradle.
He used to advance, cradle used to लेंगे, ठीक है. Cradle बोलते ठीक है. झूला भी बोलते ना. So I took time to understand. I have 4 children. I don't know what is cradle. So Krishna went crawling there, and he touched the lower lower part of the cradle, and then he was already crawling, and Krishna already had one big challenge, because when Krishna was crawling, when the Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba were not there on the bed, so he wanted to get down. That was the first time he was getting down alone. So Krishna got down, pushed himself, and almost was in his shoulders hanging on the bed, and legs did not touch the earth, floor. And he was hanging. Krishna remembered that, So he didn't want to get into that trouble again. So he held the lower part of the jhula. And then he pushed himself and peeped up like this, and saw Srimati Radharani. This was the first time Radha and Krishna, after appearing here in this world, they saw each other. Now yet Radharani did not see. Krishna saw Srimati Radharani. Baba beautifully explains that Mother Yashoda, she decorates Krishna every day with beautiful chandan paste, kesar mixed in it, and then she puts it around Krishna nicely. So when Krishna came, Krishna's face came right in front of Srimati Radharani. Radharani smelled. First of all, the breeze flowed from there. The breeze touched Krishna's body, and that breeze touching Krishna's body took Krishna's fragrance and went into the nose of Srimati Radharani. Along with that, the beautiful chandan and the kesar paste decoration of Krishna, that fragrance went into Srimati Radharani's nostrils. And then Srimati Radharani opened her eyes for the first time, and Radha and Krishna, they looked at each other for the first time. Baba says so nicely, I cannot express like him, but he says the love between Radha and Krishna was so transcendental, so deep. They were looking at each other continuously. He said it was so thick that you can put your finger and taste it. You can put your finger and taste it, Baba says. He says like this. Now, after Srimati Radharani, Radha and Krishna saw there are so many beautiful pastimes which took place. We will hear some pastimes, but I wanted to share something from the scriptures about Srimati Radharani. It's very important, because to know Srila Prabhupada always wanted us to know like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam viti tatvatva. No, sorry. Janma karma chame divyam hemam yo viti tatvatah Tyatta Devam Janma Karmache Me Divyam. My birth and activities are transcendental. Evam Yoviti Tatvatah. Tatvatah means understanding them with Tattva, understanding them with proper philosophical conclusions. Shri Guru Govind Maharaj calls it Tattva Vichar. He calls it Tattva Vichar. Once, if we understand them with Tattva, actually our intelligence awakes. Our intelligence awakes. And when that intelligence awakes within a bona fide parampara, hearing the pastimes of the Lord with proper Tattva Vichar, once that is done, the living entity for lifetimes in the material world will take birth with that spiritual knowledge. You don't know this, right? Will take birth with that spiritual realization. That's why Tattva Vichar is very important. That's why bona fide parampara is so much emphasized. Otherwise we will be misdirected. Like this famous story I heard, I don't remember, Guru Govind Maharaj or someone. So there was one Bhagavad Katha like this, people were sitting and the Kathakar was speaking, quoting shlokas after shlokas, and one Mataji was sitting right there. 7 days she heard the Katha and the Mataji was crying like anything. And the Kathakar also at one time felt that what am I speaking that she is crying like this. He also felt in the middle of the Katha. So after the last day of the Katha, he called the Mataji. Come here, he said, what did you like so much in my Katha that you were crying? So she said, actually, she started crying more. She said that I had a goat. And she had a beard. And whenever you were speaking the Katha and shaking your head like this, I was remembering, and that sadhu had a beard actually. He had a beard. So whenever you are shaking your head, I would remember my goat, man, shaking her head like that. So our acharyas say, when you don't hear from a bona fide parampara, when you don't hear spiritual subject with proper philosophical conclusion, you don't know what you will carry with. You don't know what you will carry. That is why. So, not much is mentioned directly in the Srimad Bhagavatam about Srimati Radharani, because Srimad Bhagavatam is spoken by Sukadev Goswami. And who is Sukadev Goswami? He is a Shuka parrot in the Goloka Vrindavan of Srimati Radharani. And now he is here as Sukadev Goswami and speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. If he takes the name of Radharani, he will not be able to speak further. Only one place in Srimad Bhagavatam, one word, when Bhagavatam is describing about serving Krishna, and the word comes, Aradhyati. That Aradhya is Arada Radha. That place. Otherwise, Acharyas have written later on, and Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Adilila 4th chapter, he speaks a lot of things about the position of Srimati Radharani. Then I'll speak some pastimes of Braj. Because after this appearance, there are very beautiful pastimes which took place in between Radha and Krishna. They are very, very nectarian. Braja Leela is Madhuryamay Leela. Krishna's, Ramachandra's Leela is Maryadamai. It's called Maryada Purushottam. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Prema Purushottam. And Lord Krishna is called Leela Purushottam. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when you hear about Krishna from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is an automatic mercy of awakened intelligence to understand these pastimes. Otherwise not possible. Otherwise not possible. Only devotees in the line of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Dhara can actually sit, not only hear them, relish them. That is there. So it is said that Srimati, that she is the supreme goddess. Shri Radha is the most powerful. Lord Krishna is the processor of powerhouse. And Srimati Radharani is most powerful. It is called Shakti and Shaktiman. They cannot be separated. They cannot be separated. They are one. They are one. They cannot be separated. Energy and energetic. And it is said that because of this, there is no meaning to Krishna alone without Srimati Radharani, and there is no meaning to Radharani without Krishna. And they both are one. And it is said, it is explained that the beloved concerts of Lord Krishna, they are actually of three kinds in different avatars and different leelas. They have three kinds. And mostly it is said they are the Mahalakshmis, the various that you see, Lakshmi Narayan, Varaha Lakshmi, Narsimhadev Lakshmi, right? We hear all this. Various Lakshmis. Srimati Radharani further expansions are three major roles. One is the Mahalakshmi, the Lakshmis. Second is the queens of Dwarka, or Krishna's direct consorts in different avatars. And the third is the Braja Gopis. The Braja Gopis headed by Srimati Radharani herself. The Braja Gopis are her expansion. They assist in the increasing rasa, especially in Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham. They expand that. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are many verses which glorify Srimati Radharani, but there are some verses which really establishes her position. And after we will chant one of these verses, because it is said that Srimati Radharani is Hladini Shakti, right? Hladini Shakti of Krishna. Now what it is, we'll just read few verses. If you have all of you have Vedabase on the phone, you can open Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela. Krishnadas is there, you will not be able to. Krishnadas can play, or Ishan can play. Okay, take it, play. For Adi Leela, 4th chapter, verse number 95. Adi Leela, 4th chapter, verse number 95. Jagat Mohana Krishna Tanhara Mohini. Jagat Mohana Krishna Tanhara Mohini. Ata eva samastera Parathakurani. Ata eva samastera Parathakurani. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Mana. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Mana. Dui Vastu Vedanai Shastra Pramana. Dui Vastu Vedanai Shastra Pramana. Magamada Gandha Yeche Avicheda Mirgamada Taragandha Yeche Avicheda Agni Jwalate Yeche Kabhu Nahi Veda Agni Jwalate Yeche Kabhu nahi beda. Radha Krishna che sada ek hi swarupa. Radha Krishna che sada ek hi swarupa. आस्वादिते धारे दुई रूप लीला आस्वादिते लीला रस आस्वादिते धारे दुई रूप लीला रस आस्वादिते धारे दुई रूप हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Translation: Lord Krishna enchants the world, but Srimati Radharani enchants even him. Therefore, she is the supreme goddess of all. Sri Radha is a full power, and Lord Krishna is the processor of full power. The two are not different, as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. They are indeed the same, just as the musk and its scent are inseparable, or as the fire and its heat are non-different. Thus Radha and Krishna are one, yet they have taken two forms to enjoy the mellow of pastimes. Now this is so important tattva. We all should know. Many of us, we grow up seeing the photos of gods, thinking that भगवान हमारे जैसे दिखते हैं. But no, you human beings are very special. They have a form which replicates like the Lord. Otherwise, we tend to think that Radha and Krishna are like one among us. Rama and Sita are looking like Rama and us. This is Tattva Vichar. Our ignorance is भगवान तो हमारे है कि नहीं? Correct or not? From the childhood, this is what is not there. This is the ज्ञान we have or not? हनुमान का हाथ देखो, मेरा भी हाथ देखो. थोड़ा जिम जाएंगे तो. We grow up like this. So it is not like that. We are the human form, the human species is so special that we have got a form which replicates the form of Goloka. That's our fortune. So human being is very special. Now, when we hear about Radha and Krishna being one, so we have to understand from the creation where procreation starts between the interaction and male and female, far beyond that is the transcendental couple Radha and Krishna. So Krishna is fully transcendental, Divyam. All of us, for example, I always give this example. Suppose, first two examples I give. The material world is temporary, everything in the material world is temporary. The family and relationships are temporary, and this body is also temporary. And all the enjoyment in this material world also is chinna, temporary. For example, how many of you have passed 10th standard? I also. Not beyond that, but not beyond that. With great difficulty. Sometimes I've seen toppers, they're in so much stress on exam day because they want rank. And some mediocres who are borderline, they are enjoying. Arey, pass ho jao, bas ho gaya. And someone who's second and third rank is crying as he has died. And someone who has just got 35% passing is celebrating like Diwali. That's how the material world is, you know. That's how the material world is. What was I saying before this?
Two examples.
One was this temporary. This material world is temporary, and all the relation, everything is temporary. This pleasure, all of you past tense, right? Now I just want you to reflect back when you passed. How was the situation at home? Celebrating, no? I remember my father. What pass I do? Because my passing was a big thing. Father called. Those who are from Hyderabad, they know. My father was calling, what pass I do? Because I was always a borderline case. Because material education, I always wanted only to pass, nothing beyond that. Only when I read Prabhupada's books, I understood actually this is real education. And I read I read the whole 4 books of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Shastri, and from within 10 days I started preaching after completing. So, the pleasure which you and your family experience when you pass 10th is gone now. Today they cannot experience that, can they? Can your father say, Krishna just passed, no? Yakipati is there. Can you celebrate and give a feast? Krish 10th pass ho gaya. Today he cannot give that feast. So the pleasures and the relationship in this material world is temporary. All temporary. By this I wanted to establish one more point. The conditioned souls in the material world, to derive pleasure, they depend on someone. For us to have pleasure, we need a family, we need a child, we need a house, we need business, we need degree. Correct? After all these things, we need someone else to tell. For example, you pass and you go to the house, nobody is there. Everyone has a photo in their garland on their photo. Can you enjoy? Rajesh Shampu says one person came from Dubai with 2 bags of dollar, and when he reached home, in his house, all family members' photo had a garland. Now what he will enjoy? Can he enjoy? No. To enjoy in the material world, you need a second person. That's a conditioned soul. But when it comes to Krishna, try to understand. When it comes to Krishna, he doesn't depend on anyone. He depends on himself. So that is why the pleasure-giving potency, the energy, the Hladini Shakti which gives pleasure to Krishna, that Shakti has a form. Try to go beyond male and female. That Shakti has a form, and that form is Sri Radhe. That form is Sri Radhe. Later on, for explain us the conditioned souls in the material world, it is made us to understand the feminine energy, and all this is only here in this material world. It is transcendental, divyam. This is Tattva Vichar. This is very important to know. And then, when you know about this, you can relish different pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Then only. This is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and to all of us, Srila Prabhupada in the form of ISKCON and his purports. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Patita Pavan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Yesterday I was doing some research. I thought I'll speak some pastimes, because Dinamanthu Prabhu gave class, next day you have to give class. You will understand when you have to give only. I was reading, I came across one beautiful poster. I don't know how to explain. Photo. Radha and Krishna had once wrestling here. And it is said that Radharani ne Krishna ko utha ke patak diya. And I came across one art, some acharya, somewhere drawn. You see, Krishna ko patak diya hai, and Srimati Radharani is on top of Krishna. Can you see this? I'll share it later in the group. Devotees can share. So, there are many, many beautiful transcendental pastimes Radha and Krishna they had here in Vridavan, Sri Vridavan Dham. There's a famous place called Kusum Sarovar. At Kusum Sarovar, Radha and Krishna, they had met many times. They've been performed ras. And there are many other pastimes which have taken place. Very sweet. One day, Srimati Radharani was... Kusum means garden, right? Kusum means garden. Flowers, I'm sorry, flowers. So, one day, Mother Radharani was plucking flowers. There were beautiful flowers around Kusum Sarovar. Chimeli, Gulabi, Parijata, Champa. And Radharani was picking nicely. And she saw Champa, if you see Champa trees a little height. So, Radharani saw beautiful Champa flowers. And Krishna in a disguise was watching all this thing. And when he saw Radharani trying to reach out some Champa flowers, Krishna immediately jumped on the tree and pushed his one leg and put the branch down. When Radharani saw that, oh, it has come down, I don't know how the Lord is so kind to me. And she just went up and she started trying to pluck, which she put one hand on the branch, and with the other hand she started plucking flowers. When Krishna saw she has taken the shelter of the branch with one hand, he immediately lifted his leg. And Radharani went up and started shaking her legs and started shouting, and Krishna jumped in like this, like a Bollywood hero. The Bollywood fellows are making these movies. Baba says actually they think they are big writers and story writers, but this is all from Shastras. Krishna immediately jumped in like a hero. He said, what happened? What happened? Oh, how did he reach there? And then he immediately got the branch down again and saved Srimati Radharani. And then with great nectar, he said that, see, I don't know what was the will of providence. I reached on time. If I was not on time, what would happen to you? Like that. Another day, at the same place, Kusum Sarovar. This I have not read, but this I have heard from Mahanidhi Maharaj. Radharani was plucking flowers, and Krishna and our gopis were plucking flowers. Krishna came in and directly jumped in between. Dhum karke, suddenly. Aha! Today finally I caught the thieves! And all the gopis ran out there. And Lalita Sakhi, Visasa Sakhi were there with Radharani. Finally I found these thieves. I was always wondering, my father Nand Baba, who is the king of whole Braj, and the whole forest of Vrindavan belongs to him, who is stealing flowers from his forest. Today the thief is caught, red-handed. Radharani looked at Krishna angrily and said, thief? Me? Me? You have any shame? You are known as Makan Chor. You're telling me Chor? You have any shame? And she pushed him. Krishna fell far away. She picked up flowers and just went away from him. One day, in Kusum Sarovar only, one day, Srimati Radharani was again plucking flowers. She was her favorite place of plucking flowers. And suddenly Krishna, wow, what a fortune. Vaishnavas have come. The group has come over. These devotees from US. Hare Krishna. So one day Srimati Radharani was plucking flowers, and Krishna came in disguise. This time he came as a Vanamali. Mustache, turban on the head, little beard, and jumped in. Who is stealing? Who is stealing? Who is stealing flowers here? Nanda Baba's flowers. Who is stealing? So much commotion he made. All the Sakhis left the flowers and ran hither and thither completely. Jumped off from different places, ran away to save their lives. But Radharani just stood here, and she was standing, this one leg like this, one leg like this, and with the one toe putting on the earth like this, and looking angrily. Because when Radharani noticed, first she got scared. But after that she noticed that Krishna forgot to hide his flute. Krishna forgot to hide his flute. So Radharani noticed the flute and she stood there. Finally, oh, this thief is so brave, not even fearful of stealing, huh? Krishna said like this. And Radharani called the Sakhis and almost chased Krishna away from there. So such beautiful pastime took place here in Braj, Vrindavan. You want to some more? You want to hear some more? So there's a place called Pawan Sarovar. At Nandabhavan, Nandagaon. So Pawan Sarovar is a very beautiful big lake. It is said it is important to sprinkle some water from Pawan Sarovar before going to take darshan of Krishna in Nandabhavan. It's a very, very special, very, very beautiful lake. In fact, there's less time now, otherwise I would have told many stories. In fact, Pawan Sarovar is a place where when Nanda Baba wanted to go to Prayagraj. Once Nanda Baba wanted to go to Prayagraj, Krishna stopped. He said, please don't go. And Nanda Baba said, no, we have to go. Prayagraj is a very important holy place. But somehow or other Krishna convinced Nanda Baba to go after one more day. So next day morning, then Nanda Baba, one day in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta, he went to take bath in Pawan Sarovar. When he went to take bath, he got very scared while taking bath. He saw there were some 5, 6, 7 girls. They were all black. And another very, very dark man was there. He was also there. Nanda Baba saw them, he got scared. And then, to his surprise, those few girls and that ugly looking man, when he took bath in the Pawan Sarovar, when they came out, they were beautiful personalities, very young, blossoming, beautiful personalities. Nanda Baba got a shock of his life. He asked them, who are they? So all the ladies started naming themselves at different rivers. Ganga, Saraswati, Kaveri, Tapi. And then the black fellow, he said, I am Prayagraj, he said. I am Prayagraj. He said, what are you doing here? I am supposed to come to your place. He said, when I get overloaded with sins, I come to Pawan Sarovar to take bath where Krishna takes everyday bath. And Radha and Krishna are performing beautiful pastimes. So this Pawan Sarovar is built by Pawan Gop. That's another big story about it. It's the father of Vishaka Sakhi. The father of Vishaka Sakhi, Pawan Krishna, Krida, it's called Krida. So Pawan Sarovar. So Krishna, अरे तुम भुला दिया मुझे क्या बोला था मैं Pawan Gop, the father of Vishaka Sakhi, he built this beautiful sarovar. See, there are Kund, Sarovar and mountains and many of them, whole Vrindavan, which Vajranab actually has excavated and installed deities and named them against different pastimes by the instruction of Sandilya Rishi and also the devotees who were present after Krishna departed. So it was so big that the boundaries of Pawan Sarovar used to touch Barsana's boundaries. So Krishna had his own ghat here. Lalita Vishaka Sakhi had their own ghat. And the other corner of the Pawan Sarovar, Vrishabhanu had built a beautiful ghat for Srimati Radharani. And Radharani sometimes she used to come and take bath there. Otherwise Radharani has her own kund in Barsana where she takes bath regularly. So one day, Krishna, just to play with Srimati Radharani, he spread a rumor, that in Pawan Sarovar crocodiles have come. In Pawan Sarovar crocodiles have come. And when Srimati Radharani she got scared hearing that crocodiles have come. But somehow she came to take bath in one of the day with her friends, Sakhis, in her ghat. So when Radharani went inside, Krishna saw Srimati Radharani, zoop karke Krishna dived in. Then thousands of gopis, they were all surrounding this forests and mountains of Barsana. Barsana is Brahmagiri, Lord Brahma actually. He requested Radharani to perform pastimes there. And the whole mountains, all the gopis were hiding. And Krishna, Madhumangal, Subhala, Arjun Sakha, all of them came completely unprepared. That few gopis will be there, we'll put our gulers, we'll steal their butter, they will happily give butter, still we will break their pots. Still we will break their pots. And that's how Krishna was. So very unaware, unprepared, few of them in came. Material world there some jhagda hota hai to bolta usko akele aane do apne area mein akele aane do. So they were seeing, and all the gopis, they had this different, they are what we call pallu. So different color pallus were there in different streams of the mountain. That Krishna has passed from here, be ready, like that. They were flagging. Yahan se chala gaya aage. And then finally, when Krishna saw Lalita Sakhi, Vishaka Sakhi, and Radharani and the friends, and he said, "Stop! You cannot go from here without paying tax to me. I am Nandalala, the son of Nanda Baba, and I am here come to collect the tax as usual. Please let me taste first if your butter has the taste to accept the tax or not." And then he started saying, immediately, when he was eating, suddenly 5, 10, 15 gopis came and caught one right hand of his. Another 10 gopis caught his left hand, and they dragged him on the floor back. And then Krishna was standing like this. And immediately Madhumangal was caught, Arjun Sakha was, Subala was caught, all of them were caught. And then Radharani came she came with this choti in the hand like this. First what she did is, before speaking, she slapped Krishna. One slap and Madhumangal started weeping and crying. I am not a part of this. I am a Brahmana. I don't need butter. My father performs yajna. In that only I can get butter. I have not come. I am not a part of this. I am a Brahmana. Please leave me. Please leave me. Please leave me. And the gopis slap him also, right, left and center. It is said in the whole mountains that day, there was a whole echo and vibrations of slaps. And Krishna almost saved his life and ran away from him. So like this beautiful pastimes took place in Shri Vrindavan. You want to hear some more? Okay, let me speak about Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. So we all know Kamsa's one demon whose name is Aristasur, many of our devotees in the childhood, when we see very strong bulls, so we will tell our children, they go, Arista aa gaya. I remember our Vrindavan is here or not. When Vrindavan was small, my son, so I showed him one bull, that Arista is there. So Arista is there. So Vrindavan, whenever we would cross by that place, he used to say, Baba Arista kidhar hai? Baba Arista kidhar hai? So Aristasur, it's okay, leave him. Hey, leave him, don't do anything. So, when Krishna, where was I? Arista. So Krishna killed Aristasur because Arista was a demon who was threatening all the Brajvasis. So Krishna killed Aristasur. That same night, Krishna was going to have a ras with Srimati Radharani and the gopis, and he reached. And immediately when he reached, he wanted to go and embrace Srimati Radharani, and Radharani did not allow. She said, "Chal, live." She said like this, "Keep far away. He is the family of cow, and you killed the bull, and it's very sinful. And we don't want to have anything to do with you, and we don't want to associate with you at all." Huh? कुछ चाहिए बेटा? क्या चाहिए बोलो? Chocolate? हरी बोल, give him chocolate, no? Give him, दिलाओ उसको, जाओ. तो उसको खुद खरीद लेगा, उसको पैसा दे खरीद लेगा. So then Krishna, where was I? Brajvasis. So Krishna said. Then Radharani refused, flatly refused, completely. And Krishna was stressed out what to do. Then Radharani, Krishna, he said, Abhi to I have come out in the night, now you are putting these conditions, what to do? So Radharani said, what do you want me to do? Radharani said, you have to take bath in all the holy rivers of the whole world. And then only you will get qualified to touch me again. Krishna heard this, and immediately within few minutes, he with his just what we call hoof of the feet, he created Shamkund, played a flute, and all the holy rivers from the whole world manifested there, took Krishna's or paid obeisances to Krishna and entered that kund. All of them, one by one. And then Krishna took bath in that kund and came out. And then he says, and he told Radharani. There are different acharyas mentioned different thing about it, but Krishna said, okay, fine, now I am free of my sins. What about you for taking the side of a demon like Aristasur? You got more sin than me. I killed him to save the Brajvasis. And you took his side. And there is no scope for you to get purified. And Radharani, she got very, generally, it's very difficult for women to accept a defeat, in front of the Lord. Their expressions, it is said, face is the index of the mind. But woman's face in anger is the hell of man's life. What to speak of when she back answers? Only Grasthas can understand what I'm telling. So Radharani was pink, red, changing color, and then she started digging her own kund. We don't want your kund to purify ourselves. We should dig. So she digged her own kund. That's called Kangan kund. She removed her bangles, which are gopis, and they started digging the kund. Digging, no water came. And then she started getting water from Mansi Ganga, which is far away from where Radha Kund is right now. Mansi Ganga is this end, and Radha Kund is another end actually. All the gopis got tired. How much time it will take to fill this kund actually? So then some negotiation happened, and the transcendental water from Shyam Kund, where Krishna himself took bath, flowed from down and entered into Radha Kund. And that day, after this pastime in the night, in the Ras, Radharani said Krishna that this kund of yours is very, very dear to me, and I will regularly come and take bath here. And Krishna said that, Radhika, your kund, where you have created, is very, very dear to me. I will come here and take bath, and this will become the most highest and most special place in the whole of the creation. And that's why you read in the Upadesh Amrit, right? Upadesh Amrit. We read in the Upadesh Amrit. It says Radha Kund is the topmost highest place in the whole creation. So, you want me to speak some more? Dauji, it takes how much time from you? You're supposed to go to Dauji also. Half an hour, 40. It's okay. Because temple will close there. 12 o'clock. Okay, I'll speak some. There is one forest called Khelanwan. Krishna used to play with his Gopa friends there, all his cowherd friends there, and with his calves, and when he was a child, he used to play with his calves. When he was grown up, he used to bring his cows and he used to play with his cows also. But sometimes Radha and Krishna, they would both play together there. So, and Krishna also performed Ras Leela there. So one day, Krishna, all the gopis, they had built a beautiful flower bed there, and they had built a beautiful flower bed there. I think you have to ignore this guy. They have built a beautiful flower bed there, and they were all surrounding, and Radha and Krishna was sleeping there, lying down. Lying down, Krishna had his leg, and that day the gopis, they had somehow or other figured out this, today we will bully Krishna. We will bully Krishna. So Krishna was sleeping like this, his leg, one leg up another, and shaking like this, like that, like that. And Radharani is sleeping there. So the Radharani said, Radharani asked Krishna, Krishna, we hear that you are very brave. Everyone in Vrindavan talks about you that you are very, 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 very brave. Of course I am. What do you think? It's not talk, it's truth. Krishna said, it's not talk, it's truth. I am brave. Oh, I heard that you are one of the best wrestlers here in whole Braj. What heard? It is truth. You don't have to hear about it. I killed so many demons here. I am the best wrestler here. Nobody can stand me. There's nobody here in this whole Braj who can stand me in anything. Oh. And the gopis are smiling. She is telling, Hamare range mein aa raha hai. It's falling into a trap which we decided, And Radharani just went on glorifying, asking questions. Krishna kept on boosting himself. Just kept on boosting himself. And then the Krishna said, I am the most powerful and the best wrestler here. And one of the gopis from far away said, not as strong as Radharani. What? Yeah. You never fought with our queen, Radha. I said, come on. What will I fight with her? Radharani then looked at him with a very cunning face, suddenly, totally changed mood, eyes like this, and says, yeah, I also agree with them that I don't agree you are the best wrestler. Because you are not wrestled with me. You never fought with me yet. Krishna said, come on, I have to fight with you. Radharani said, yes, if you want to prove that you are the best wrestler, you should fight with me. And all the gopis started shouting, yes, 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 you have to fight Radhika. And then Krishna said, okay, fine. Reluctantly, Krishna said, okay, fine. And he got ready. And there was a big wrestling match in Khelan 1. And Radha and Krishna were put in the between, in center. And Radharani, actually just said that Radharani fully dressed up like a wrestler. She tied a turban on her head nicely, properly. And in the wrestling match when she entered, she did like this. And I was thinking about this drawing, no? If you see this drawing, वो देंगे सामने देंगे. They are indicating that we have to go to other place now. See this. Big fight going on, wrestling going on. So then big Radharani and Krishna, they entered like a proper wrestling arena. And Radharani, after pulling, Radharani caught Krishna, spinned him around and threw him down, pop karke, and sat on him. All the gopis started laughing, clapping. This also took place here in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Bolo Sri Vrindavan Dham ki. There's something more which I wanted to say, but I think we'll miss darshan of Dauji. So we'll take darshan now. All of you took darshan there? One important point which I wanted to say about Lord Balaram and Srimati Radharani. Once there was a class by Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj. In the class, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj was mentioning, so you can ignore. Sri Gaur Govinda Maharaj, एक मिनट रुको, क्लास हो जाएगा फिर देता हूँ. अगर तुम ऐसे बोले तो फिर दूंगा नहीं कुछ. कथा करना तो फिर दूंगा. So then, दूंगा, सब देंगे, ठीक है? Then, where was it? Gaur Govinda Maharaj class. So there was a class on Guru Tattva. So someone asked a question because Gaur Govinda Maharaj was explaining about Srimati Radharani's position where Krishna mentions, there's a verse I will read sometime day after tomorrow in the evening. He mentions that Krishna is a spiritual master and the guru of everyone. He is a supreme personality of Godhead. But he says, Srimati Radharani is my guru. my master. Okay. And then we also hear that Lord Balaram is Guru Tattva. Nityananda is Guru Tattva. Right? We hear this. So, and we also hear that when we perform devotional service nicely, Srimati Radharani will offer us to Krishna. And we know that spiritual master takes us to Krishna. That's also we hear, right? The spiritual master will take us to Krishna. So this devotee asked that, Maharaj, what is this? You know, we hear that Radharani is Guru and Krishna is Guru. So Gaur Govind Maharaj gave a very nice answer. And it's very important for us to know. Today we are going to take the darshan of Radharani's birthplace and we are going to take darshan of Balramji. He said the Guru Tattva is like a coin and it has two sides. One is Radha and another is Lord Balaram. He said Lord Balaram has various things. He has a very nice indication. Lord Balaram holds a plow in the hand. Okay, what he holds? The plow is used for what? Huh? For it is beat on the earth and then dragged it, right? And then level the earth properly. Correct or not? Correct or not? So Maharaj was saying the conditioned souls in the material world need Balramji first. Because our ego, our false egos are settled by Balramji with the hull. We get so much beating in the material world that we are flat properly. In that flat ground you can grow bhakti. You can grow bhakti. And Srimati Radharani, when we are qualified as a Guru Tattva, she actually engages us further and offers us to Krishna. So the Guru Tattva is one coin with two sides, Lord Balaram and Srimati Radharani. Many other verses, but I'll speak to you after tomorrow sometime. Shri Prabhupada ki. So there are many deep things, Radha and Krishna Tattva. Radharani got married and after she got married, Radha and Krishna met here and they had beautiful pastimes. That is, Radharani's in-laws place is called Javat. That's a beautiful pastime. Radha and Krishna's marriage was fixed. But then Purnamasi comes and convinces that Krishna should not get married to Radharani because that was the purpose of coming here. Experiencing the Parakya Rasa. It's Krishna's monopoly to enjoy that. So then one day Krishna was just going by and Purnamasi was having some big laddus in her hand. So Krishna saw the laddus and he immediately snatched the laddus from the hand of Purnamasi and started eating. And he asked her, where have this beautiful pastimes they took place? And then later on Uddhava, when Krishna leaves Vrindavan, goes to Mathura and from there he goes to Dwarka, he sends Uddhava to pacify the gopis. So it's a very big subject to speak. But one very nice thing Devi Shakti Mataji had spoken in one class, which I shared few days ago. All of you were not there. He said when Uddhava came to Braj, when he saw the situation of the gopis and he saw Srimati Radharani, Uddhava actually to pacify Srimati Radharani, he told that why don't you divert your mind and intelligence? Divert your intelligence. Radharani said that it is not possible for us to do all this. Why? Because Krishna has stolen our heart and our intelligence and gone. Our heart and intelligence is no more with us. It is stolen by Krishna and it is gone with him. So Gaur Govind Maharaj mentions very nicely that if someone comes to your house and steals something and runs away, what you will do? Run behind him. He says similarly, if by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, once we are introduced to Krishna consciousness and our heart is stolen, then we will run behind the Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki. So now we will proceed to a Dauji, otherwise darshan will close there. Take a bus, go for Dauji, and then I'll speak more later about this more pastimes. Bolo Jai Jai Shri Radhe. The revealer of the Braj Bhumi, Shri Vridavan Dham to us, Srila Prabhupada ki. our Shiksha Guru, His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu ki,
His Grace Sitaram Prabhu ji ki.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Announce that everybody to get on the bus. We'll go quickly.